Do you need experience to get onto a graduate scheme? Well, the short answer is no. So you can click off the video now if you want. But if you want a bit of a better explanation, just watch through. I get this question all the time, and students in the Graduate X program ask me as well, and I just tell them, no, you don't need any experience. You really don't. Most graduates that get onto grad schemes don't actually have any experience, and the reason is because grad schemes, they have the whole recruitment process that vets you out if you're not good enough for the role, right? It doesn't matter that you have experience or not. It's irrelevant. Now, some grad schemes, sure, yeah, they look at your experience. It might help on some grad schemes, but on the majority of grad schemes, no, it doesn't actually affect the application, because they expect you not to have any experience. You're a graduate. Yeah. Now, that being said, if you are applying to a graduate job, that is a little bit different. So I always talk about three types of jobs: the normal job, the grad job, the graduate scheme. Normal job is something which you don't really need a degree for, and unfortunately, a lot of people come out of uni and go into those jobs. So it might be like a normal job can be like the retail store that you were working at part-time while you were at uni. Well, now you just go back there and become full-time. That's a normal job. Okay, there's nothing against normal jobs. I'm just saying, that's not a job which you really need to, you're not utilizing your degree there, right? It could be a call center job, it could be like an administrative role, something like that, where you don't need your degree. A grad job is where you do need your degree because it's a graduate job, but it's not a grad scheme, so it doesn't have the training element in there. Yes, they understand that you probably won't know everything, but at the same time, they do pay lower, and also they do require a little bit of knowledge, and that's a grad scheme. Okay, so they do want a little bit of value back from you, and it's not like you're fully green. They do want a little bit of knowledge. They do want you to lean on your degree a little bit. A grad scheme is obviously what we talk about here on the channel, and that is, they don't require any experience from your end. They don't really require any like prior knowledge in that specific job role. It's nice to have an interest. It's nice to know a little bit about it. You can mention that during the hiring process, but they don't require that because they're going to teach you that. They're going to give you the material. They're going to give you the information that you need to excel in your job. So those are the three tiers. Those are the three like job types. Now, for grad schemes, like I said, you don't need any experience. Now, for grad jobs, you do need a bit of experience. So when you go for a grad job, again, not every job is different, right? Like someone might say in the comment, oh, but I got my grad job when I didn't have any experience. Yeah, fine, you probably did, but the majority of the grad jobs will require or will want to see some sort of internship experience or prior work experience. Now, it doesn't have to be like some really super duper experience where you work 3 years in a certain job. No, it can just be an internship. And I made another video on internships and stuff. So it could be a placement year. Like for example, I'm a prime example, right? How did I get my grad job? If you don't know my story, as soon as I graduated, I went into a grad job. I just couldn't get onto a grad scheme. That's just the simple way of saying it. I kept failing at grad schemes, so I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to try to get on a grad job. And the way I did that was using my internship experience. I did industrial placement at Network Rail for a whole year, and I used that to leverage myself to get onto the grad job because they knew me, they had seen me, they had seen my work, and they took me on. Now, for that, yes, having some experience is going to be advantageous, but if you're strictly wanting to get onto a grad scheme, which is what I encourage, and use grad jobs as a sort of like a last resort, then yeah, for a grad job, yeah, you're going to need a little bit of experience. But for a grad scheme, no, you don't need any experience. Having some experience will help. Sure, it's nice, and it will give you personally some experience on what the job is and what it entails, but it's not required for the actual recruitment process. The only thing that you need for a grad scheme is to pass the graduate hiring process. That is it. Right? Don't confuse this. Don't confuse it with anything else. You don't need experience. You don't need 3 years of knowledge. You don't need a PhD. No, you don't. If you want to get onto a grad scheme, a decent paying grad scheme, high paying grad scheme, all you need is to pass the graduate recruitment process. That is it. That is your number one goal. That is the only thing you need to do. Because if you can't pass the interview, or if you can't pass the online test, they will not get to see you've got a PhD. They will not get to see that you've got 4 years experience working in that field. They won't see anything about you because you've been kicked out of the process. You're not even there. So you need to learn how to pass the graduate assessment process. And that's exactly what I teach on this channel. So look at the videos on my channel, or if you need some, in-depth help, you can check out my premium course in the description below as well. Okay, and if you need some specific guidance, again, I do offer one-to-one coaching as well. You can check that out in the description below. But that is it. Get it in your head. If you want to get onto a grad scheme, you need to pass the grad hiring process. That is it. You need to pass each stage, get all the way till the end, get the job. That is how you get onto a graduate scheme. Hope that video helped you, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.